Hello again, everyone. We are Gaming by Gaslight, and welcome back to Stellaris. So when we last left off, we had just managed to plop down our first colony, which is pretty good. And we're now already working on our next colony, which... where are we going to put that? Probably here, because it's a 17-size world, and bigger worlds are always better, just due to the way the penalty works to science for having larger populations and such. There we go. Let's see, where would we want to put this? Generally, the most effective would probably be here, because it's surrounded by all these resources, which means once we get our next level of government, we get all kinds of adjacency bonuses. Fun fact, apparently, earlier in the game's development, just about every every building had a adjacency bonus or something, so there was all apparently... I forget why exactly they got rid of that. I guess it's because it became too much micromanagement trying to min-max adjacency placement and so on and so forth, but yeah. Would have been kind of interesting to keep it that way, but... or to have, like, all those adjacency bonuses. I know there are several mods that actually do add various adjacency bonuses to help you, or, well, not to help, but to make things a little bit more interesting in that particular regard. Let's see, what do we want to do first? Oh, we have plenty of food. So I think we'll get this guy to go here, and when is he going to grow? Couple of months. And how long would it take to build a science lab? Just 189 days. I'll start building it now anyway, just because. And we'll upgrade this. Then I should probably save all my minerals and such so that we can, let's see, ancient orbital shipyard. Ooh. I think this means we could get a fancy advanced ship early on if we actually manage to repair that. Which would be nice. Are we stopping here? No, we're still moving out of this horrible, horrible place. Yes, good. Alrighty then. Jolly good.
System survey complete.
And again, oh yeah, we should also save up so we can build a bigger navy. That's going to be pretty important, I would say. Just like upgrading this planet here. Actually, I suppose what I could do is have land of opportunity to encourage some of my pops from the actual capital to move out there. Oh yes, automated shipyard.
Updated.
Oh, is here? Yeah, finish researching that. And then just kind of hop, skip, and jump around all of this, like so. And you know what? I think we'll kind of bounce around over here so we can get towards this particular part of our, what was it, like Dead Worlds Survey or Barren World Survey? Whatever it was. Actually, let's look up the name. What was this one actually called? Mass Extinction, that's it. And I also have, oh yeah, some debris just lying around there. Yeah, you're almost done. You know what? Actually, just finish what you're doing there, and then come back and get this research. And then do the research over here. And let's see, there was an anomaly around here somewhere as well, wasn't there, that I was leaving behind? There was, but I can't seem to see it. Oh wait, here we are. Then we'll go over there. And then fix everything else up as we go along. Alright, that should be good. It's funny how the space pirates actually have tech that we don't. I'm kind of wondering where they invent that stuff, but don't question it too much, is really the...
Construction complete.
Let's see. This can immediately be upgraded to a physics lab. Oh yeah, because I can, might as well get governors on all these planets, just so that we can get a bit of additional happiness, a bit of additional stuff going on to help them out. Extra food is always good. I mean, oh good. And the added life Oh, dang, I don't have quite enough.
System survey complete. Anomaly found.
Oh.
Research complete.
Alright. More research. Border range. Probably want to get rid of these tile blockers, to be honest. It would save us a lot of trouble. Alrighty then. Let's see here. So where are we going to want to expand next?
Special project complete.
Ooh, nice. Alright, so we have a new ship. Oh, 3 new ships, in fact. 3 raiders. Not bad. Let's see. What are they exactly? They have slightly better thrusters, they have some slightly better combat computers, and they actually have considerably better shields, armor, and weapons. So if we had to deal with any particular enemies, we'd actually probably be really well suited to deal with it. I mean, look at that. Just, these 3 ships have almost the same power as our 9 basic navy or basic cruisers. So that's pretty good. Let's see. Clouds, sheets of organic material. Ooh, nifty.
Construction complete.
I like it. Okay, so... Oh. Base amoebas. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Oh, it's only a 9. That's not even worth it. Probably, anyway. Generally, the smaller the world, especially if it's less than 10, it can be hard to make up for the science penalty that you get for having it. Because, actually, I can kind of show off where this penalty comes from. Where? Oh, it'd be under here. No? Where does it show my, Let's see here. Where does it show? I know somewhere around here it shows all the,
Debris analyzed.
Hang on a second here. Where is the thing that shows all the factors affecting my science? Scientist. Why is it not showing the cost? I know it's around here somewhere. Well, that's awkward. I don't know. I don't even remember where it shows all the modifiers, but I know that like every planet you have adds a penalty to tech, and every pop adds a smaller penalty. And basically, you a size 10 planet is, or a size 10 is like the break-even point, if I recall correctly, and then after that is where having more planets ends up, and more pops ends up being a profit rather than a loss. Something like that. Anyway, let us see. Alright, so we're working on our stuff. We have our, whatever stuff do we have going on here? Precursors. Okay, we're doing our research on that, which is good. High value mining targets.
Project complete.
Let's see. The biosphere of Agendus 2 has only now started recovering from the Cybrex invasion 600,000 years ago. We have found the overgrown ruins of a Cybrex factory, where Indamax slaves were forced to assist in the demise of their own species by building war machines. When their extermination program was reaching completion, the Cybrex disassembled the remaining slave workers and dismantled the factories. Although they initially maintained a significant mining operation on the planet, the Cybrex appear to have later withdrawn from the entire system for reasons unknown. That's kind of scary. You know, I actually kind of hope, now that I think about it, that either... the... Wait, wasn't there an anomaly in this? There we go. Go research that anomaly. That, I'm kind of hoping that either a Leviathans or just a future update makes it so that these precursors can come back. Which would be especially useful if, like, for... Because as you may recall, I was talking previously about how most of the precursor event lines are kind of worthless. In the sense that they're homeworlds and stuff when you actually find them. Sure, you get a little bit of research and stuff out of it as part of the deal, but it's not that great. It ends up being kind of underwhelming, with the Cybrex being the only one, to my knowledge, that actually has any unique cool stuff. Never automated shipyard.
Log updated. updated.
Well, sure, we can research that. That way we'll get some more free ships. Ships I don't have to build are good ships, says I. Alright, then we'll kind of hop, skip, and jump over here. And actually, what I should do eventually is kind of circle back and upgrade all my stuff, because I think I have at least level 2 thrusters, don't I? Oh. Oh, right, at one point we got an event that had a scan a system or something.
Anomaly found.
Well, that's useful. Let's see. First find, okay. Hopefully we actually get some interesting finds there. And let's also jump in and merge our ships together. There we go. Yeah. There a reason I can't merge them? Hang on a sec. Oh, wait. Oh, good, they did. Never mind. Oh, and there's an anomaly over here that I forgot about. We'll have to come back for that one as well. Lots of good stuff. Let's see. I'm also actually pretty happy that we haven't run into... That's boring. But I'm hopeful that we'll run into something of interest in the not-too-distant future. And by something of interest, I mean mostly just that we'll...
Special project complete.
Wait. Hang on a second. I have all kinds of minerals at this point. Why can't I build mining stations? What are you talking about? Oh! It looks like it's within our borders, but it's actually just outside. Well, that's annoying. Oh well, as our planet continues to grow, we'll get more influence. Plus, there was a tech we could have picked that would have helped with that, but oh well. Alright, let's, I guess we might as well just build up all the stations that we can on this particular planet. Or build up all the various mining and research things that we can, because why not? There we go. And I probably should continue investing in more colony ships, because ultimately, what do we have here? Just a frigate, which is still pretty good. It's also pretty dang powerful. I like it. Alright, let's get this guy home. Oh, incidentally, another thing. I forget whether I've mentioned it before or not, but space pirates are apparently going to be much more interesting in Heinlein as well, because they'll be more of a... like an actual faction or something like that. Apparently they're going to do more.
Research complete.
I don't remember exactly what that means, but they're going to do more, which means that they'll generally have more interesting stuff going on. This is also pretty good, as the better sensors help with your evasion, so it's always good to have that hanging around. Let's, once again, merge all our stuff together so we have one big navy. We'll give it a proper name eventually. But I'm not too worried about it for the time being. Alright, so our little stellar empire is actually coming along pretty well. Alright, we've got some people growing here, which is good. Back to this. Yeah, I generally don't build on these tiles until I've figured out exactly whether or not I need the extra, like which of these. Usually, I mean, minerals are probably going to be more useful than food in the long run, and we'll be able to eventually... Actually, there are no food tiles on this planet. Well, actually, this would be a good food tile. We wouldn't necessarily need the minerals there. And let's see. We're also working on building people here. We're actually building pretty fast. We'll build a farm here, because why not?
System survey complete. Anomaly found.
A mid-sized vessel briefly detected inside the upper atmosphere of this gas giant. Interesting. There, wow, minus 55 FX divergence. So as you can see, I mean, just from fanatic spiritualism. Actually, that reminds me, I kind of want to talk about some ideas that I have that are not entirely unique, but that I figure would make FX divergence more interesting. I feel... Sure, why not? We'll bring it up. Whatever it is, bring it up. Alright, research that project, and then scan over here. But what I think would make FX divergence more interesting is if it wasn't random. Like, if there was an actual intelligent reason. Well, actually, early in the game, it's okay if it was completely random to some degree. But I figure that ethics divergence, it should be, like, basically if Paradox lifted directly the whole, like, culture tourism thing from Civilization. Let's see. Some kind of unknown structures are floating in the gas giant's upper atmosphere. Interesting. And, and had it so that there was sort of, like, that kind of competition in that, like, your neighboring empires would have an effect on the ethics of your planet, so that border planets would kind of have, like, a cultural exchange and stuff. Let's see. Ruined network of aerostat colonies dating back at least 3 millennia can be found in the low orbit of this gas giant. The original function appears to have been gas mining, but they have since been abandoned and reoccupied by many different races and pirate groups. Colonies have been thoroughly stripped of anything even remotely valuable, but the mere fact that they are still aloft after all this time makes them an interesting subject of engineering research. Very fascinating indeed. But anyway, yeah, like something like that. And if, like, your interactions with different species also played some role in how ethics diverged, like, if you had hostile relations with a neighboring species, maybe that would make planets that were in the vicinity be more likely to become xenophobic or something. Of course, for stuff like that to work, I think we'd also, oh, I didn't get anything from it. That's unfortunate. Like if you could actually, like, create your own pirate fleets or something, or just spend influence, like, if we had more civilian fleets, basically, so you had systems where, like, you could interrupt trade and stuff, and the way you interacted and the way other AI empires interacted with you would have an influence on how ethics divergence happened. And maybe even make it so that sectors, because I guess what I'm thinking here is, like, if we made it so that every planet sort of had a cultural push in influence, and what would then happen is that planets adjacent to each other would generally all have, like, converge to have similar ethics, and then with sectors, make it so that sectors are also hubs, so that, like, each sector has, like, a sector capital, and that becomes a hub in which all planets in that sector would sort of converge towards similar ethics, and then sort of create factions instead of just mere rebels and whatnot, like actual complex factions that you could have complex diplomacy with, so that instead of just them be like, oh, you're a xenophile and or you're a militarist and we're a pacifist, we're going to rebel, or something, which makes no sense, because pacifists would never use violence in order to rebel, because that just doesn't make any wait, I don't need either of these right now. We'll make continental worlds better, but, like, basically I think the idea is, like, make it so that as you get more ethics, because the way I see it, right now, having, like, ethics divergence is just an annoyance, but if it was made instead so that you sort of had to manage the, like, as you get different ethics, they start forming factions based around that, and as they form those factions, you then have to manage, like, keeping them happy. Like, maybe they'll ask you to do certain things, maybe they'll ask you to change certain policies, and, you know, one thing you do that'll make one faction happy might have no effect on the other factions in your empire, but then again, it might make other factions angry, and then you have to sort of balance that, and not managing that would be what would cause rebellions. Make it sort of like the estates in EU4 or something, in that sense, where, you know, they have influence. If they get too influential, then they could take over in a coup, or, you know, and if they're not loyal enough, then they could also rebel and cause problems, stuff like that. I think that would make ethics divergence, instead of just being an annoyance where you're trying to make all the pops in your empire either slaves or have your ethics, or you purge them or whatever. Instead, make it so that you're actively trying to, and that way it would also make having ethics that are not part of your dominant ethics useful, because you'd still get bonuses for having them around, and if you do a good job of keeping them happy. I don't know, that's my thought on the matter. I think that would make managing a interstellar empire a lot more interesting, rather than just going, oh, there's rebels every couple of years, better move an army in. Oh, what the? Hello. Alright, so we found the first... Keepers of Knowledge. They're a fanatic militarist, fallen empire. They're gonna be pretty angry at us if we start researching hyperdrive, no, not hyperdrives, jump drives, or robots. So, I mean, we have no real interest in robots anyway, because we're a spiritualist empire, but still, darn. Yeah, let's see. Yes, yes, we've heard it all before. We are the Kajodan Ancients, and you are the Umbra Consciousness. Greetings, well met. Stay out of our space or face certain doom, and so forth. Now, if you excuse us, we're quite busy. We greet you as one Kanjodani. Alright. This does change everything. We shall have to, could you open your... No, you don't want to... I could declare a rivalry, but that would be stupid. Yeah. Basically, there's no point in me actively doing anything, because... Or... Actually, they have two ring worlds, so it will be useful to eventually get access to them. To those ring worlds, that is.
Complete.
And we're gonna have to build up there. And to do that, we're gonna need some pretty powerful stuff. What does Aurelium ore do, exactly? Explosive weapon damage plus 10%. That's not bad, actually. Let's research that.
System survey complete.
Let's see.
Anomaly
Oh,
found.
a never orbital shipyard. It's like the game is trying... I wonder if those orbital shipyards belong to this particular Fallen Empire. And considering the fact that Fallen Empires used to have galaxy-spanning, you know, properties, you'd figure at one point these guys might have actually, you know, they might have actually had a room around, or an empire around where we happen to be living these days. Very interesting stuff, says I. Makes you think, doesn't it? Anyway, I think we'll wrap things up here, so for the time being, thank you all for watching, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video.